President William Ruto is not playing politics. He is playing chess. And unless Kenyans open their eyes, they will realize too late that the game was rigged and not at the ballot box, but in the background systems.
Si mambo yao ni kuchora tu kwa internet na kuzunguka na fitina. Watu tawanyorosha asubuhi na mapema.
Now, the Kenyan political arena has never run short of dramas. Behind every noise and every slogan that you hear, behind every alliances, those tribal alliances that are formed, always lies something more calculated, something more deliberate. That is what we are calling a strategy. And behind that is the hustler-in-chief himself, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Today on Vox Politica, join me as I unpack the silent strategy of Dr. William Samoei Ruto that he intends to use it to beat his opponent at the ballot box in 2027. If you are here and this is your first time, you have never subscribed to this channel, kindly I ask you to take 1 second and smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and also smash the like button to support me reach many audience, as many as possible. I thank you. Now, Dr. William Samoei Ruto rose from a chicken farmer in Sugoi to a member of parliament, then deputy president, and now the president. Don't forget also, along the way, he has held several ministerial positions. Dr. William Ruto understands the tricks of the long games in politics, the long game in politics. Now, today I want to tell you 5 key things that Dr. William Samoei has employed as strategies, and these things are done silently, that if Kenyans are not opening up their eyes, they will realize too late that the game was rigged and not at the ballot, but in the background systems. Number 1 strategy. Be very attentive. The number 1 strategy of Dr. William Samoei Ruto, and which many people seems not to see it as a strategy, is what we call the religious loyalty and the rebranded hustler nation brand. So here is how the religious loyalty trick plays. Dr. William Samoei Ruto used this trick previously before he was elected president, and it worked very well for him, and he is still employing it. Going to churches every Sunday and dishing out a lot of money, millions, 100 millions to PCA, 20 millions to PCA, or to whichever church. And the kind of churches that Dr. William Ruto is attending, masses or Sunday services, are selective, because these are churches that have been established across the country. Like the SEK churches across the country, the PEFA, whatever, those big churches that have other branches in the entire county, in the entire 47 county. Now the trick is here. As he dishes out these millions of money, for us we think they are developmental money, so this one is meant to help build our churches, buy instruments and do so and so, but this is actually buying votes. And as we know, the Kenyan congregation is very loyal to their pastors and loyal to what their pastors tell them. And Dr. William Ruto knows that if he succeeded to take captive of the pastors, then the pastor will obviously spread the message of William Ruto to the congregants and instruct the congregants that as a church, we are going into 27 to vote as a block. And who are we voting for? We are voting for William Ruto. So if the head of the church, the bishop, or the prophet himself has said, we are going to vote for William Ruto as a congregation, and the congregation have seen what William Ruto have been doing. William Ruto has been joining them in their Sunday services and donating lucrative money. All right. So the pastor will be told behind the scene that, my friend, you can see how I am supporting you. And there is only one thing that I need from you when it comes to 2027. And please keep this as a secret between me and you. That's the conversation of Dr. William Ruto and the church leadership. that please, this 100 million I'm giving you, I will even add more. But make sure that you rally the congregations towards me, all right? So he's securing his votes because you see, in the community, we all go to churches and we follow what our pastors tell us. We align with the decisions of the church. And that's the strategy number one that Dr. William Samoei Ruto is using to secure votes, while the opposition is still sleeping. They are still playing. They are still just mouthing and making noise on social media.
Nitatoa milioni 20 kwanza.
Strategy number two is that Dr. William Samoei Ruto is employing is a strategy that we call grassroots engagement. Grassroots engagement, I mean going to the crowd, to the grassroots, to the villages, deep in the villages, and launching the smallest things that you people think that they don't make sense. Like for example, he was in Bungoma and he launched a transformer. He was somewhere and he launched a patient. He was in Mount Kenya in Odaya and he launched a sewage system. So, if president is launching this thing to a person who stays in the city, to the city people, they see it at what is the president doing? How can he launch a sewer system? How can he launch a transformer? How can he launch a patient? But deep inside, what the president is doing, that he's creating emotion. He is going down there to the grassroots where there was no electricity, and he's launching that transformer so that the person who has never seen electricity in their house can now just switch on the wall and they have light. It is going to be an uphill task to convince that person that William Samoei Ruto is a bad person. Because this is a person who has traversed to the villages where no any other prominent politician has traveled to. And I remember very well when I was still in my primary school, Dr. William Samoei Ruto is the prominent leader. By then he was, I think, still just a member of parliament, or he wanted to vie for MP. He wanted to vie for vice president when he was with Uhuru the first time. He came deep in the villages to the school, grassroots school that I was. No any politician has come to that school, even an MP of the area. So he came and connected with the people. So by lighting that transformer and bringing electricity, those people will see William Ruto as a good person. They will remember him, and then they will look at him as a person who cares. All right, these people, it would be very difficult to convince such a person that Dr. William Ruto is bad. That is a strategy, and many people look at it as something that is very, very, very is useless. Another strategy is what we call collapsing systems and then intending to restore these systems as we near the election. Now, Dr. William Samoei Ruto and the UDA government has deliberately allowed the systems of this country to collapse as they control emotions of the people. Remember the very first statement they said when they took over. They said we have inherited a broke country. We have inherited empty coffers. Those were statements. If you thought that those were just empty words, they were part of the strategy to clinch back to government in 2027. So once they told Kenyans that they inherited empty coffers, and somehow Kenyans believe that indeed these people inherited empty coffers, there was nothing in the country by the time they are taking over. So they created an imaginary situation that they were starting from nothing. They had no money. They had to start building everything from zero. But that was a lie. There was money, there were resources, there was everything. So after telling people like that now, they had to collapse the system. The NHIF, the healthcare system was to collapse. You have seen the enormous strikes that has been mounted by the doctors over the previous months. You have seen how the SHA is not working everywhere. You have seen how people have complained about the capitation that is meant to support secondary and primary school education. The free secondary and primary school education has delayed. The head teachers have come out and they have complained. They have made noise. The MPs have made noise about the CDF delay. You have seen it. The county capitation release. You have seen how they have delayed. These things have been done deliberately. Now, the magic will come as we near. In 2026 there, you will start seeing capitation to the counties being released very early and in full amount. You will see the capitation to the schools released early and in full amounts. You will see the CDF being dispersed early and in full amounts so that the MPs can mount up projects, they can do things, and then the members will be happy as we near the election saying, oh, this is a government that will deliver. Then at the same time, remember, they will write on a statement that yet we inherited a dilapidated economy, a country that was broke, but we have struggled too much and we have made it. You can see everything is running as a issue, is running very well. At the same time, remember, as they have collapsed these systems intentionally and deliberately, the opposition has picked that as something they want to talk about. They have picked that as their agenda. They have picked it as the kind of message that they will be telling Kenyans that the chief share is not working, that capitation to the schools are not being released on time. But as we near there, remember, these things will have started being released earlier, and the shift will be working. So in one way, they will have been in the opposition because they will say that the opposition is not people to rely on, because they say just things without research and without, they are liars, you see. So whatever the opposition had against the ruling government now will be stripped off. It will be not there. And remember, we are on the election threshold. Where will the opposition get something to accuse the government of, to tell Kenyans of, if they are not prepared? So that is a very strategy that they are also using. Another strategy that William Ruto will never leave behind is sponsoring spoiler candidates to split the opposition votes as we near to the election. We have seen in Kisii, we have started seeing Matiang'i is there, and we're seeing the former Chief Justice Maraga is also there. So one of them could be a project of William Ruto, or he is going to sponsor many more as we near, so that the opposition vote is broken. And Gachagua even talked about this, that they are trying to split them. When you manage to split the opposition's vote, then you have your votes. Now remember how he is going to churches and telling them, the pastors, to secure votes for him. That's a strategy that you should never. So they are going to emerge sponsored candidates by the government to split the opposition vote. Another thing that he has done, and you saw it, is clinching to Uhuru and Raila. If he manages to secure Raila and Uhuru to his side, then President William Ruto will have managed to beat his opponent in 2027. Because look at how many people go to churches every Sunday. How many loyal congregants are there? Those people are going to vote for him. But my message to the Kenyans will just be one. As we near the election period, let's think about it. As you start to see things changing and working, ask yourself this question. Is this a really change, or is it a manipulated perception? Are we seeing the magician, or we are seeing the magic itself? So ask yourself those questions before you go to the votes. And if this video has made you think, kindly subscribe to this channel to support me, like this video, and even share it to your groups. My name is Jacob Nyende, and this is Vox Politica. If you have something you want us to talk about, drop in the comment section. Let me see your thoughts in the comment section below. If you think that this strategic plan, the silent strategic plan of William Ruto, will be able to tackle out the opposition, or it will not. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.